Hi, good evening. Hi, Jishnu. Good evening. Hi, Jishnu. Good evening. Can you hear me? Hi, Jishnu, can you hear me? Hello, Jishnu and Purna. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. So we will wait for 2-3 minutes more and then we will start. Okay. So how did you do the test? Did well? Both of you did well your test?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now we will start. Yes. So this is the first question. The genetic composition of an organism is called? What's the answer?
Genotype.
Genotype. Okay. So what is genome? What are the definition for other options? Genotype is the correct one. Very good. Same time, we should know about the rest of the thing also. What is genome? Genome is the complete set of genetic information. Okay, complete set of genetic information of an organism. That is called what? Genome. Okay. What is triad? What is triad?
Inherited characteristics.
Yeah, the characters. Okay, characters. And then what is phenotype?
Physical appearance.
Yeah, the visible traits are called what? Phenotype. So genotype is genetic constitution. And then example, for example, genotype ke, and this is the genetic constituent. Okay, so these things are what? Genetic constituent. How can you describe these things? For example, how can you describe this one? Okay, how can you describe this one? How can you get my question? How can you describe this one? How to describe this? How to describe this? How to describe this? This is genotype, ma. The phenotype, how do you describe? Homozygous tall. Okay, this genotype should be described as what? Homozygous tall. That's the phenotype. And then how do you describe this? At least can you tell me now? How can you describe this?
Homozygous.
Heterozygous tall. Is it clear? That is called what? Heterozygous for tall. Then how to describe this? Homozygous
Short.
dwarf. Is it clear? So the question is simple. The genetic constituent of an organism is called, the answer is genotype, and we should know about the rest of the option also, meaning of the rest of the option also. Okay, fine. Next, hemophilia is more commonly seen in human males than in females because what's your answer? Hello, students. What is hemophilia first? What is hemophilia? It's a clotting disorder. Hemophilia is a clotting disorder, blood clotting disorder. In this patient, the blood will not clot. Okay, so if any injury comes, blood keep on they like losing. Okay, from the site of injury. For us and all, as the injury occurs, so immediately within few minutes, the clotting stops. Means the what blood clotting occurs, but in these people blood will not clot. That is hemophilia. The other name of this diseases are called what? It is a royal disease. Okay, and then what answer you all wrote for this question? Anybody can tell me? Or you never heard about all these things? Hello, students? Is the question on the answers able to understand? Or this area itself looks very new to all of you? Hello, students, please let me know. Hello? Anybody is here or not? Purna means Narayaniya. Hello? Jishnu? Can you hear me? Hello? Yes. So, anyway, so actually this is the area which we need to discuss. I'm not sure how many of you have attended this. The answer is, it is hemophilia is a X-linked recessive mutation. See, genetic disorders are classified as, okay, the genetic disorders maybe like a single gene, so they comes under single gene mutation. Okay, single gene mutation. Also they are called what? Mendelian disorders. Okay, like hemophilia, thalassemia, all these things. We have sex chromosome X and Y, sex chromosomes, and also we have the rest of the chromosomes are called what? Autosomes. Rest of the chromosomes are called what? Autosomes. Body chromosomes, sex and body chromosomes. See, and the genetic disorders can be classified into autosomal. If the problem is connected with autosome or with sex chromosome, it is classified as autosomal, or if it is connected with sex chromosomes, sex chromosomal. Okay, and then both of the diseases are also classified as dominant and recessive. Autosomal dominant, autosomal recessive. Sex chromosomal again dominant and recessive. Okay, so genetic disorders are classified as, in our body we have sex chromosomes called X and Y, and then body chromosomes, other 22 pairs are called 22 pairs plus 1 pair sex chromosome. So different chromosomes we have. So these 22 are autosomes, these XY are called what? Sex chromosomes. So in that there are actually two genes we have, dominant gene, recessive gene. So it may be dominant, autosomal dominant disorder or autosomal recessive disorder. Like that, sex chromosomal dominant disorder, sex chromosome recessive disorder. Okay, so type of gene. So hemophilia, thalassemia, like these diseases, some color blindness, hemophilia, color blindness, all these things are actually called what? Autosomal, or even they are called what? X-linked, not autosomal. These diseases are actually called what? X-linked. Okay, X chromosome. These genes, defective genes, are present in X chromosome. So X-linked recessive disorder. So in male, they have only one X chromosome. Okay, assume here a female is having two eggs, male is having only one egg. So male is having only one chromosome. Okay, so if they have one recessive gene, female has one recessive gene here, they have contrasting dominant gene, so they do not get disease, they are carriers. But here male is having only one X chromosome, even though the gene is recessive, they get the disease. That's why this disease is called what? Autosomal. All sex chromosomal means the chromosome genes is connected with sex chromosome, so it is sex chromosomal recessive disorder. That's why male, since having only one X chromosome, male is easily affected. Okay, so this is one important area. Okay, we should know. And then the next question is, which of the following plant reproduce through spores? Which of the following plants? See the mode of reproduction.
Is it penicillin?
Yes. Why penicillin?
I thought it's a bacteria, right, sir?
Yeah. Hydra is a unicellular, means multicellular animal. Hydra is a multicellular animal. Mostly Hydra reproduce by what? Budding. Okay, by buds. Hydra.
Sir, and
And even
regeneration also, right, sir?
regeneration, fragmentation and regeneration. Okay, Hydra by budding and regeneration. Rose, vegetative propagation. Mostly, okay, propagation.
And amoeba is fission.
Even amoeba is
Fission
fission,
and budding.
binary fission. Okay, so penicillin only, like if you look into the structure of the penicillin, like Penicillium notatum. Okay, so penicillium, actually the organism name is Penicillium notatum, not penicillin. It should be like Penicillium notatum, penicillium. That is the organism name. Okay, so these penicillin, like something called a hyphae, in its body part they produces hyphae, and then they produces spores, and then in the spores, actually they are called what? Sporangia. Okay, and then spores are produced. So these spores are released and develop into the organism. Okay, these spores released into the organism. Okay,
Okay,
so penicillium reproduces through spores. Okay, spore means penicillium. And then vegetative propagation. What is vegetative propagation?
reproduction of plants through vegetative parts.
Yeah, vegetative parts. So now what is the correct option here?
Stems, roots, and leaves.
Oh, stem, roots, and leaves. Why not rest of the three?
So flowers and fruits are associated with sexual reproduction.
Yes. So flowers. Okay. So flowers are the reproductive organs. Flowers are the reproductive organ. Fruits formed from the flowers. So that's why these options are incorrect, and only option C is stem, root, leaf. Like they are the vegetative parts, bodily parts. Okay, so that's why this is correct. And then here, Match the following. Tell me. Development of embryo inside the uterus. What it is called?
Gestation.
Gestation. Okay. And then attachment of embryo with the uterus?
Implantation.
Implantation. And then arrangement of ovules inside the ovary?
Placentation.
Placentation. And then act of giving birth to a baby?
Parturition.
Parturition. So which option is correct?
C, sir.
Option C, implantation. Okay, gestation. Very good. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Very good. So this is about the processes connected with all these processes are called what? Connected with what? Events of reproduction. Okay. All these processes are connected with what? Events of reproduction. Okay. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Now, so the one in the simple multiple choice question over, and then
So next is question number 23, sir.
yeah, coming. Is give two examples of each. Vegetative propagation by tissue culture, organisms. Vegetative propagation by layering. How many of you attended this question?
Sir, I attended for layering, I wrote strawberry and blueberry.
Mm,
And for tissue culture, I wrote rose and carrot.
mm. Okay. So such kind of specific examples only we may sometimes miss the correct options. Okay. Fine. Anyway. Okay. In our book, we saw right for the vegetative propagation. Orchids, asparagus, even like tissue culture in the sense. Maybe like the examples are given or not. Anyway, at least now you can note down. But such kind of specific questions also can be asked. Okay. So orchid, asparagus. So these are all the examples of vegetative propagation. And for layering, rhododendron. Okay. So this fine. If your examples also matches, that's fine. The marks will be given. Not specifically, you need to write like this.
Okay, sir.
And now, how does the creation of variation is in a species promote survival? What is variation now first? What are the types of variation? What is variation?
Change in the DNA from parents
Hmm?
to the change that occurs in the DNA when
Yeah,
it is transferred
maybe
from
the
parents.
progeny, change in the DNA in the sense, how can you define in the sense? The degree in which or no, by which the progeny or offspring differs from parents, that is called what? Variation. starting with genotype and which subsequently results in phenotype. Okay, the differences, the variation, first connected with genotype, and then that that is shown in the phenotype also. So that is basically called variation. Fine. Now, how it is going to support the survival of the organism? How variation
Variation
is
leads to
connected with?
formation of new characteristics.
Hmm?
Like variation leads to like the expression of new characteristics,
Hmm.
and those support maybe it might support to promote survival, or it might even
Yeah. Yeah.
destroy the species. Like for
Correct.
example, in bacteria,
Hmm.
a new variation of bacteria with which can withstand high temperature can promote the survival.
Yeah. Okay. See the variation connected with the process of adaptation, survival of the fittest. Okay, like the organism need to change itself genotypically and phenotypically to fit or to tolerate the stresses present in the environment. It may be biotic stress or abiotic stress. So the positive change of the organism supports or provides the organism more survival advantage. Okay, more survival advantage. So that's how we saw some examples like grassland. Okay, there was a grassland, and then a red beetle. Okay, and then also there were maybe blue beetle, red and blue beetle, and it is actually what grassland. So the grassland, which is green background, but the drawback of these organisms are they can be easily identified by the predators. Okay, they can be easily identified by the predators, blue or red beetles. If they change into green, okay, that is variation. Red beetle or blue beetle, anything. If it is changed into green, they get more survival advantage. Okay, so the variation is change in color. So that green color promotes what? More survival advantage. That's why. So variation supports what? More survival advantage. They are less prone to the predators, so they can enrich their population. So like that, you can give some example, and you would have justified the concept given. And then yeah, this question. Is it the next question from biology part?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, what is the embryo gets its maturation from the mother's blood with the help of special tissue. What is the special tissue called?
Placenta.
Hmm?
Placenta.
Placenta. Okay. Give any other function of the tissue apart from
It
the
helps
mentioned thing.
transporting the waste materials from the
Hmm?
child baby embryo to the mother's blood.
Okay. Protection. Okay. Fine. What did you say?
It helps in transporting the waste material from the
Oh, very good, very
embryo.
good. Waste removal. Very good. Supplies good substances and collects waste substances. Very good. And then also placenta will not allow protection. Another important function is protection. Placenta will not allow unwanted substances to reach the baby. Okay, fine. So like that, supplying good substances, removing wastes, and protecting from harmful stresses. Okay, so that is the function of placenta. And then how the placenta looks, the structure of placenta,
It has villi on its
the
surface,
structure, villi, of course.
and it is connected to
Okay,
the blood capillaries of the
yeah.
mother.
See, listen. Coming to the development, the sperm cell fertilizes the egg cell, zygote forms. Okay, the zygote. And then, see, listen, what is the next developmental stages? What is the structure called? Mass of cells is called what? Do you remember?
Blastula?
Morula. Morula develop into what? Blastula. In the blastula, you can see one layer of outer tissue, one single layer, which is called what? Tropoblast. And then you have some fluid filled cavity here, which is called what? This cavity is actually called what? Blastocele. And then here inside that you have a mass of cells. Okay, here inside you have a mass of cells. This is called what? Inner cell mass. You know why I'm telling? The whole structure is actually called what? Blastula. What are the three parts? Outer tropoblast, and then here one cavity called blastocele, and then in the center you have some cells called inner cell mass. See, what tissue develop into placenta? Any suggestion? There are three: tropoblast, and then inner cell mass, then cavity. Which part supports the placenta formation? What
So
is
the
the function of
outer,
tropoblast? What is the function of inner cell mass?
the inner cell mass develops into the further baby.
And then okay,
And then
listen.
trophoblast, I guess it develops into placenta.
Correct, very good. See, tropoplast, the cells of the tropoplast, they are called what? Extra embryonic stem cells. Okay, cells of tropoplast are called what? All these cells are called what? Extra embryonic stem cells. They only develop into placenta. And the inner cell mass are called what? Embryonic stem cells develop into baby. Okay, all our parts, body parts. Can you understand? So,
So can you repeat that? Extra?
see, it is the tropoplast cells are called what? Extra embryonic stem cells. They are called what? Extra embryonic stem cells. Okay, extra embryonic stem cells, ESC, and inner mass cells are called what? Embryonic stem cells. Embryonic stem cells. they only develop into baby. They develop into extra embryonic cells, develop into placenta. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, fine. Okay, fine. Now, sexually transmitted diseases. They are actually called what? STDs. What are STDs? STDs. Sexually transmitted diseases are called what? STDs. Adala, like bacterial and then viral. Give me some examples.
Gonorrhea. What is? I don't know
Yeah,
the pronunciation.
gonorrhea, syphilis are examples of bacterial diseases. Okay, gonorrhea and syphilis. Viral ke?
AIDS.
Yeah, AIDS. Basically, they are called what? Sexually transmitted diseases of bacterial and viral origin, and how they can be prevented. How
Avoid
these
unprotected sex.
What are the physical contraceptive devices, chemical and surgical methods? In simple, in general.
The physical, like the barriers, like
Yeah. Example.
condoms and then copper T cells.
Yeah. Condoms. Basically, to prevent sexually transmitted diseases, use of condoms, one preferred methods. And then the other more specifically can be included for birth control, not just disease control. You can include it for birth control measures. Okay, chemical using pills or what are the two surgical methods in birth control? They are not
Lobectomy
to
and
transmit. Yeah, birth control methods are not to stop transmission of sexually transmitted diseases, but they are birth control methods. Okay, just keep the know the differences. There are differences between both of the conditions. Okay,
Okay, sir.
now again genetics question. Explain Mendel's observation when we crossed homozygous for tall and homozygous for dwarf. The P generation is how the gametes are formed. Tell me how to work
T
out this.
and T. From the first one is T, big T and big T, and then for the
And this
second
is gamete formation. Here,
small T and small T.
very good. F1 progeny.
All are heterozygous tall.
Okay. And then how the gametes forms here.
One big T and one small T.
All of you worked out this.
Yes, sir.
And then how the second progeny formed.
One is both big T.
Hmm.
Next one is one small T and one big T. Like two are there. Like that. I basically do the Punnett square.
Hmm. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Genotypic ratio.
Yeah, and I wrote the ratios. Genotypic ratio is 1:2:1.
Phenotypic ratio.
3:1.
Okay. So phenotypic ratio Genotypic ratio. So both, all of you worked out this? Fine. Did you all give any, like, apart from in the ratio, anything else you mentioned?
I didn't
Explain
mention
them.
any conclusions. I only explained this in words because it is only 3
Hmm.
marks and they didn't ask conclusion. They only asked observation.
Okay, I'm just asking. Anyway, if it is in 5 marks, what will be your conclusion?
Conclusion is he found out the law of dominance
Yeah. Okay.
and
Genes do
law of
not blend.
segregation.
Okay. Find something connected with law of dominance as well as law of segregation. Okay. About this ratios also. Okay. Fine. Good. And which is the next question?
36, sir.
36.
6.
Okay.
This is last question, sir.
Yeah. Is this the last question?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So tell me, name the body part in which testes are present.
Scrotum.
Hmm. Okay. Then and then
Next is penis, I guess. Sir.
the part of the body where the sperms are released out of the body. Penis, external genitalia. Okay. And then
Ovary.
the part of female reproductive system containing a mature egg. Ovary. And then
Seminal fluid.
accessory fluid in human males. Seminal fluid. And then
Puberty.
puberty. Okay, so very easy questions. Okay, like I think you would have attended all of the questions,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay, good. Hope all have done the test well. And any questions was hard to understand from biology? Is there any question?
No, sir.
Okay. Is there any question which you need more explanation?
No, sir.
And I think we may need some explanation connected with the sex-linked disorders, like the hemophilia. Have we ever discussed about genetic disorders in the class?
I can't
Have we ever
understand what you're
discussed
asking.
about the genetic disorders
Genetic disorder of?
in humans? See, they asked a question about hemophilia, genetic disorder.
Then
In the
MCQ,
class,
no,
did
sir.
we ever discuss about, have we ever discussed about genetic disorders?
No, sir. We didn't discuss.
Yeah, maybe like even I thought maybe like we can discuss about these genetic disorders, like how it can be classified, how to like identify such kind of things, basically. Okay, so that's the one part. Okay, so this question, I think we did not discuss in the class, but they asked it. But very common question only. That is like you should know the difference between dominant gene, recessive gene. Okay, like the question is for what? What is dominant gene? What is recessive gene? Why males? Then sex linked. Male or homogamity. Sorry, male or heterogamety, female or homogamety. Male we have only one X chromosome. So that basic things. Okay, how sex is determined, and the chromosomes how we determine sex, and then like how genes behave, dominant gene, recessive gene. So based on that, you're supposed to answer that question. Okay.
Yes, sir. I only read the options and answered.
Hmm?
Like I only read the options and answered the relative one.
Okay, that's fine, that's fine. So that basic information, basic genetic concepts we should understand. So that part we will have a discussion later. Okay, fine. I think hope the rest of the questions are ultimate, very direct questions. You would have not missed answering it. Hope answered well for rest of the questions. Maybe some that the examples also like tissue culture, other layering examples. Maybe you missed it, might have, or included some other example. Fine, that's fine. Okay, fine, good. So what is the next test? When is the next test for you?
Next week, Monday, so it's full portions.
Full portion test. Okay, so best wishes for you all. Okay, so anything else you want to ask?
No, sir.
Hmm? So all of you attended the test well. Anybody missed the test?
I attended the test, sir. I don't know about others. I guess in our class, one or two missed the test, I guess. Sir.
Hmm. Okay, fine. Okay, ma. Okay, fine then. Jishnu, Purna, and Tanishka, no problem, right? Anything else?
No,
No,
sir.
sir.
Fine, fine. Okay, we will see in the next class then. Best wishes for your preparation. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Thank you, sir.
thank you. Thank you.